address a couple of the questions that I've been getting about how to get started and some small changes that you can make if you're not ready to take the big leap. So I know for some people it's a lot easier to just jump right into it. I know I'm one of those people, when I get an idea in my head, I just want to do it, and I can go cold turkey and just jump right in full blown the next day and change everything. But for some people it's a little bit harder, and you need to take the smaller steps. You've got to walk before you can run, before you can sprint. So my first suggestion is to really think about your why. Find your why. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to get healthier? And why is it going to be different than all of the other times you've tried before? If you don't have a good enough why, you're not going to succeed, period, end of paragraph. It could be anything from a big event coming up to wanting to feel better to a specific goal such as competition or a 5K, something that you've always wanted to do, even something like skydiving. I mean, because there's a weight limit on those kinds of things. My next suggestion would be the small changes that you can make. The first one, which is a really big one, is watching your sugar intake. So there are natural sugars and then there are the processed sugars. Natural sugars come from your fruits and vegetables in their natural state. Not from a can, not after they've been processed, not in a container with syrup. Those are your natural sugars. They're simple sugars. They're easier for your body to break down and digest. Now, all the added sugars, pretty much everything has sugar in it. So you really want to be mindful. My suggestion is to not go over 25 grams of added sugars. Everything processed has sugar in it, even cottage cheese, things that are healthy. Yogurt is a huge one. So watch your added sugars. Another thing would be your sodium intake. If you can buy the exact same thing in sodium free, I recommend doing that. Even your spices, your Mrs. Dash, all of those things, try sodium free. Also, don't use white salt anymore. Use the pink Himalayan sea salt. It's better for you. The white salt, even the sea salt, is all processed and it's not good for you and it's going to bloat you. So definitely stick to the pink Himalayan. My next tip would be not to drink your calories. If you need a sweet drink, I know there's a lot of controversy about diet soda out there. I don't really buy into it. I drink diet soda every day, all day, pretty much. Caffeine-free Diet Pepsi does not use aspartame anymore, which is one of the artificial sweeteners that's probably the worst for you based on all the studies out there. But definitely also drink caffeine-free. Caffeine is going to dehydrate you, so you have to drink even more water. Plus, it's just drinking your calories, it's kind of a waste to me. I prefer to eat my calories versus drink them. Speaking of drinks, my next tip, you want to drink minimum half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. Every caffeinated beverage that you have, add another 8 ounces to that. So an easy way to do this would be fill up a gallon jug of water, throw it in the fridge in the morning, make sure it's gone by the afternoon or evening or before bed. Another tip would be to buy yourself a Fitbit and track your steps. They recommend at least 10,000 steps a day. I have a very sedentary, if that's the right word, desk job where I do not move much. And the cool part about this is I can set a reminder every hour to buzz so that I can get up and walk around if I haven't. You know, park further away, take extra steps, take the stairs at work instead of the elevator. Small changes will really add up and you can monitor it with your Fitbit. Another suggestion would be to brush your teeth after every meal. This is going to help cleanse your palate. It's going to get the taste of whatever you just had out of your mouth, especially if you just had a treat or had some chocolate or something like that. It's going to help keep you back, keep you from going back for more. So brush your teeth and down some water right after, or down some water before you brush your teeth. And then by the time you're done brushing your teeth and come back to it, it just lessens the likelihood that you're going to want to continue to snack. So those are some of my small tips for your diet. Now, as far as exercise, if you've never exercised before and you want to start, start by walking, especially with the weather getting nice outside. Go for a walk with the family, go for a walk with your dog. If you're ready for something more advanced like an exercise program, I'm going to do a separate video on those, and I actually have one that you can watch about the Beachbody products. I started with T25 and I really enjoyed it. It was insanely hard at first. I couldn't get through more than 5 minutes of it without getting winded and getting really pissed off at Sean T and calling him every name under the sun. But I'm very competitive, and it became a personal goal to get through a workout without taking a break. And it took me probably a month to do it. But I finally did it. I felt super accomplished, and I moved on to another DVD that was a little bit harder than that. And now it's kind of funny that I look back. We tend to do T25 on rest days or days that we need to take it easy. And I remember when I started out, that program was so hard, I could barely do 5 minutes of it. So these are just some of my simple, small steps. I'll do another video if you're ready to make a bigger change about macros and percentages and things like that. And again, I am by no means an expert. I have just scratched the surface of all of this. I'm just sharing with you what I've learned so far. One other thing that you can do, another tool that's a minor change, is intermittent fasting. So we all fast intermittently anyway, just because we go to bed and don't eat while we're asleep. So the thought behind intermittent fasting is shortening the window in which you're eating during the day. So you pick an 8-hour window, 6-hour window, 10-hour window, however long you want that fits into your schedule, and you get all your food in during that time. So the thought is your body is in a fasted state longer, and you're going to start burning the stored fat because it takes a while to get into that. Typically 8 hours of sleeping, if you have a snack before bed and then wake up and eat breakfast right away, isn't enough time for your body to start burning your stored fat. It needs a longer period of time. 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, that's ideal. So you've heard people say don't eat past 6 o'clock before. That's kind of the reasoning behind it. You also want to make sure you're very well hydrated before you go to bed. Keep your metabolism going, and make sure you're hydrated when you wake up as well. Drink some water. So those are my tips. Feel free to comment below or message me with any specific questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more.